Database normalization is a process of structuring a relational database in a way that reduces data redundancy and improves data integrity. Database normalization is a way to organize data in a database efficiently by reducing redundancy and dependency. Think of it like tidying up your room. You group similar items together and make sure each item has its designated place. In databases, normalization involves breaking down large tables into smaller ones and ensuring that each table contains only related data. This process helps in minimizing data duplication and improves data integrity, making it easier to manage and maintain the database. It involves breaking down a large table into smaller tables and defining relationships between them to minimize duplication and ensure data integrity. Let me give you an example of database normalization. Let's consider a simple example of a bookstore database. Initially, you might have a single table called books containing information about books, including their titles, authors, genres, and publishers. However, redundancy can occur if multiple books from the same publisher are entered into this table, as the publisher's name would be repeated for each book. To address this, normalization involves breaking down this data into multiple tables to minimize redundancy and dependency. So instead of repeating publisher names, you create a separate publishers table with unique IDs for each publisher and their corresponding names. Then, in the books table, you replace the publisher's name with the unique ID from the publishers table, establishing a relationship between the two tables. This approach streamlines the database structure, reduces data duplication, and ensures data integrity by avoiding inconsistencies. Database normalization is a process used to organize a database structure in such a way that it reduces redundancy and dependency of data. The main goal is to achieve data integrity and eliminate anomalies that may arise during database operations like insertion, deletion, and updating of data. There are several normal forms 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, BCNF, BCNF, 4NF, 5NF, 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 etc., each with its own criteria for organizing data effectively. However, the most commonly discussed are 1. First, normal form 1NF. This form requires that each column in a table be atomic, meaning that it contains only a single value and does not contain repeating groups or arrays. 2. Second, normal form 2NF. In addition to the requirements of 1NF, 2NF is that all non-key attributes columns must be fully functionally dependent on the entire primary key. 3. Third, normal form 3NF. In addition to the requirements of 2NF, 3NF states that non-key attributes should not depend on other non-key attributes. In other words, there should be no transitive dependencies.